Chapter 7. The Doubt Fears. Meanwhile, in the heart of Castle Delusia, King Fenwick Doubt and Queen Gertrude Fear, although her husband always called her Gherkin when he really wanted to annoy her, were sitting at the long table eating a hearty breakfast. The room was bare apart from dusty, faded reddish tapestries which lined the grey stone walls. King Doubt was long, but not broad. His royal robes hung about him like a scarecrow, but without the hat. A straggly beard obscured the features on a face which was not unlike a drooping camel. She was short and broad. A white mop hat veiled another mop of wiry red hair. Her red face was overshadowed by her even fatter, redder lips. She wore lots of blue eyeshadow and a long red velvet dress with wizard sleeves. She stumped along on very tall black boots to compensate for being vertically challenged, and the undeniable scent of cheap toilet spray lingered about her. She also favoured the hyphenated surname. She said right from the beginning of their wedded bliss that she certainly was not going to be some man's chattel. So it was that they became Mr. and Mrs. Doubtfear. This morning the king pushed his smoked kippers around his plate. He opened his mouth to speak, then closed it again. "Today I am meeting with cook to discuss our Jubilee cake," she said excitedly, pushing some coarse-cut marmalade onto a warm, yeasty muffin. "Now, I don't want you ruining this feast made in our honour with any of your suggestions, Fenwick. You know what happened last year. You got above yourself and started throwing your weight about with the small matter of the bedroom curtains," she said, with marmalade dripping from one corner of her mouth. "All I said was that perhaps you could have another colour besides red, as an accent. White, or a touch of blue, perhaps," he said wanly. "Posh!" she said disdainfully. "What would you know about curtains? I like a bit of red about the palace. Red is a nice, strong colour. Not that you would know anything about being strong. You, Fenwick Doubtfear, have all the backbone of a chocolate eclair," she said tartly. He murmured. "Now, as usual, I'll have to run myself ragged attending to all the arrangements. Somebody's got to do it, and I can't trust you with them. It's not every day you celebrate 50 bygones on the throne of Striven, and I'm doing it grand. People will say it's my crowning achievement. I'm doing this for you, you know. Not that you'll appreciate one bit of the hard work I'm putting in." So saying, she dug into a huge pile of kedgeree and potato cakes. "Pass me the jug of reindeer milk, Fenwick," she ordered. "I'm thirsty." Whispering under his breath, he said, "Here's the hemlock, dear." But aloud he said, "It's chock full, dear," and passed the creamer to his wife. "What? There's only a drop left. What are you talking about, you silly man?" she cried. "Honestly, you're going blind as well as dumb in your old age. As if I haven't got enough to do already. Now I'll have to tell the stable staff to milk the reindeer more often. Lazy, stingy brutes. They're doing this just to spite me," she said scornfully. "I expect it's their first thought when they haul themselves onto their hind quarters every morning and have a bite of hay. What new way can we invent today to raise the considerable ire of our beloved, nay, gentle queen, they say," he said sarcastically. Ignoring this remark, and getting more fully into her stride, she said, "They're lucky to have us as their master and mistress. Well, me, at any rate. Think how bored they'd get if we didn't give them lots of fun things to do, like playing down the mines, recreational fishing, or mucking out the stables, or looking after us. she said. And, in spite of having a fun time digging down the mines, they said one of them just collapsed and simply refused to do any more. So saying, she brushed crumbs off herself. Fainted, did he? Probably overcome by all that fresh air. Perhaps they should have tipped a bucket of dirt over his head to revive the young piker, said the king. Yes, me? Dirt? Oh, keep up, Fenwick. Sometimes you do talk nonsense, she said impatiently. And what's more, she continued unperturbed, I keep their whole kingdom going by buttering up you-know-who, she said conspiratorially. At the mention of this, a chill air suddenly descended on the room. Yes, you are good at playing both sides to the middle, dear, he said. Indeed I am, and that takes some skill, I can tell you, she said. And what's more, she said, wiping her mouth on her sleeve, we give them free entertainment every Friday night. We allow them a night out to have their little Lodi bonfire. Do they give us a word of thanks? Never. They think ruling the peasants is a piece of cake. Humph! And with that, the chatelaine of Castle Delusia stumped off in search of the cook.